Hello, welcome back. My name is Reverend Will Bouvel, and I'm here with Father Chris Hardman. And we are coming to you from the Church of the Holy Comforter, where we are embarking on a new series about specifically creation spirituality. And this parish comes from a deep tradition that's looked at a lot of Celtic spirituality. But as we kind of start on this somewhat different trajectory, I thought I'd ask Father Chris, what's the difference between creation spirituality and Celtic spirituality?
Well, in one sense, there's not much difference because Celtic spirituality is a creation spirituality, very much so. The Celts were people of the land, and they were their sacred places were woods and mountains and so forth. So they were very much involved in creation spirituality in terms of not worshiping creation, but understanding that God was in creation, part of it. But Celtic spirituality doesn't really give you a journey, a path, a way of embodying that, or how do you really bring that into your life? We've been separated from nature because of cities and because of lots of different ways. Technology separates us, and so we feel alienated from nature in a lot of ways, and that's why a lot of people go to nature on vacations, because they feel healing there. And it's because we're a part of creation. We're not separate from it. We're a part of it. We come out of it in that sense. And so creation spirituality is important now because we have so many things going on in the world that are stirring up creation. Talking about getting warmer, that things are getting warmer, and that's changing the patterns of the winds and the hurricanes and all the other stuff that happen. And so this is important for us now. But it was kind of the Celts, actually, the theologians of Celts actually influenced the medieval mystics, especially the ones from the Rhine River in Germany, Hildegard of Bingen, Mathilde of Magdeburg, Meister Eckhart, there's 3 or 4 others. But they really got involved with kind of how do you embody this creation spirituality in a community. And Matthew Fox has probably been one of the leading people to gather this together with his work with Hildegard. And actually, it's a more positive way of thinking about creation. It's really about seeing the awe and wonder of it all. If you look at the James Webb telescope, every time I see that, it's like, how grand is this creation? We don't even think about it. We think about our life right here, but the whole creation is just magnificent and just mystery after mystery, and we're getting a little knowledge, but man, there's so much more to go. But this has a path, and it's a positive way combined with a negative way that ends up helping us to become creative and more compassionate. So the path is important because it's building compassion, building empathy, and we desperately need that now. And I think that's what the church has always been about, because God is about compassion. There's a passage that is often translated, God says, "Be perfect as God is perfect," or that's the passage. But it really means be compassionate as God is compassionate, because the word perfect there is really more about wholeness, about being together in that sense. So this, I think, gives us a way of not only helping people get in touch with nature, but also to get in touch with their own compassion, helping that to become a road to a better life for all of us.
I'm so interested to link those two paths of what feel like usually kind of different areas of compassion in our own lives and our growth as compassionate people, and connection into the natural environment, which I don't often hear those things connected.
No.
But I think that it's exciting, and the path that you mentioned here, where if you weren't familiar with some of those things about a positive path, a negative path, a transformative path, and leading to a compassionate path, we're going to break down all of those in the videos ahead so that we can spend a lot more time, because those are very rich places for us to explore. And when you're sharing all this, it just strikes me that the Celts and a lot of these mystics that you're referencing, they were really writing in their own times amazing things that are relevant to us today, but they didn't live in a world like we live in now.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder if this creation spirituality is a way of taking their wisdoms and turning it into a way for us today to live in relation to the world that we're grappling with, which is, of course, in some levels the same world that they had, and a very, very different one.
Yeah, I think it is. I really do. You're right. Looking back at these people that were before the modern era really help us to see what we need to be doing now, or how we need to be, addressing things at this point. It's amazing that, after and most of the mystics are actually before the real modern era. They're, 1000 to 1200 AD, and so they're not used to what we are anyway, in the kind of after the Enlightenment. But I think this is a path that can be helpful to people, not only in terms of their own spirituality, but in terms of helping us to kind of save this whole environment that we're a part of, to be engaged in it in a way that helps us to do our best to make sure our descendants have a place that's as good as it was for us. So,
well, I hope you can hear why we're doing this now. This is not a historical deep dive, even though some of the resources we're going to be talking about are really deep treasures from the traditions of our past. But we're doing it now because it really matters for us now. And as we grapple with the big questions about how do we respond to changes in our climate, how do we be the best people we can in stewardship of the environment, and who are we as children of God in this world today, those are questions we have to answer now. And the answers now are new answers that never needed to be asked and have not been solved before. But we have all these people to draw into our conversation.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, I'm looking forward to more of this conversation and learning more with you, Father Chris, through this series.
Thank you.
Thank you.